This lesson continues your lesson on verbs, this time focusing on transitive and intransitive verbs. Your cue words are verb, noun, pronoun, action verbs, transitive verb and object, and intransitive verb. To refresh, a verb is a word that shows action or state of being. A noun is a person, place, thing, or idea. And a pronoun is a noun substitute. Action verbs show action. They are something that you can do. There are two types of action verbs: transitive verbs and intransitive verbs. Transitive action verbs have an object. That is, there is a noun or pronoun that the action is done to. This noun or pronoun receives the action of this action verb, and that makes that verb transitive. For example, Alicia kicked the ball. The verb is kicked because that is what Alicia is doing, or has done in this case. And there is an easy way to determine whether or not the verb has an object. You identify that verb, in this case kicked, and then you ask kicked what or whom. If there's an answer to that question that is a what or a who, then the verb is transitive. If the answer is a how, then the verb is not transitive. So Alicia kicked what? Alicia kicked the ball. The ball is a what, therefore it is the object, and this verb is transitive. If you said Alicia kicked hard, Alicia kicked what? We don't have a what. Alicia kicked how? Alicia kicked hard, but that would not be transitive. That is intransitive. So kicked what? The ball. Alicia kicked the ball. Kicked is a transitive verb. Action verbs without a direct object, an object that receives the action of the verb, are intransitive. For example, Thomas ran all the way to the store without stopping. Ran. Ran what? He didn't run any specific thing. He ran a certain place, a certain manner. So this verb is intransitive. Take the time to practice, pause the video, identify the verbs, and label them as either transitive or intransitive. Pause your video now. Make sure you put this practice session in your notes. Now check your work. For number 1, you should have identified cooperated. That verb is intransitive. 2, you should have identified its sell. Sold what? He sold pretzels, so that is transitive. Slept, was intransitive. Named, they named what? Their favorite sports, transitive. And reached what? Reached the village, so also transitive. Make sure you take the practice quiz and have your notes in class with you for the open notes quiz.